Hello there, people. I know I've been saying for days I was going to do this video, but today's video, I'm going to be doing a list, top 10 list. I did, it was like a week or two ago, I did the top 10, my top 10 favorite superheroes. So today, I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite villains. And I'm sticking to the same criteria, Marvel, DC. I'm not really going to, I might in another video do like different companies, but for right now, I'm sticking to Marvel and DC. Number 10, Green Goblin. I think, well, before I start about him, I think a villain is just good as his hero. A hero needs a great villain. I think a villain is supposed to be, in my opinion, the polar opposite of a superhero. Just in my opinion. But now, onto the list. 10, Green Goblin. I was going to say Green Lantern. Green Goblin. I think, to me, Marvel, Spider-Man has a lot of great villains, but I think Green Goblin is, his best villain. He's, Lex Luthor is to Clark, is to Superman, Joker is to Batman. He's, in my opinion, Spider-Man's main villain. He's Norman Osborn, Harry Osborn's dad. And, I felt like in the movies they didn't do him any justice. He was good in Spider-Man 1, but I felt like he should have been in Spider-Man 2. I just felt like Spider-Man 2, while being a great movie, was kind of missing something. And it was missing Green Goblin. I think he should have been in it more. And in the fact that he wasn't an amazing Spider-Man was stupid. But hopefully if they remake Spider-Man, hopefully they redo Green Goblin. Green Goblin's a badass. I just like that he has a glider and he has all these fucking bombs and shit. Yeah, I just think he's a great villain. Hopefully they'll redo him right. Number 9, Mr. Freeze from Batman. He's a sympathetic villain. A sympathetic villain's a villain while doing evil, horrible things. You can somewhat say a sympathetic reason. For Mr. Freeze, his reasoning is he's trying to find a cure for his wife's disease. So he commits crimes trying to make the money and stuff. But I like Mr. Freeze. Just something about him is just cool. I like the Freeze suit. I would like to see him done right in a movie because Batman and Robin didn't do him any justice. But I think Mr. Freeze is he's a good villain, He's a bad guy, but there are times, he'll turn good, but because he's not evil, he's not trying to take over the world, he's just trying to find a cure for his wife's disease, so that's why I like him. Number 8, I've been trying to think. This list is kind of very impromptu. I'm trying to think here. Mystique. Mystique is pretty much Magneto's right-hand woman. She's one of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And her power is she can shapeshift into anybody. And I think that, to me, is a great villain. Because she can be anyone. So that means, in the movie, she posed as the president. Or Senator Kelly, not president, but, she could be anybody. And I thought the girl who played her in the first 3 X-Men movies, even though I felt like they just snubbed her in the 3rd X-Men movie, but I don't want to get into that. I'm not really a big fan of her being played by Jennifer Lawrence. I'm sorry. I'm not saying she's terrible at it. I just don't. To me, Mystique is this sleek woman, and I just not body wise. I'm talking acting. She's a master manipulator and shit like that. I just don't see Jennifer Lawrence as that. To me, she seems too bubbly. But hopefully, they're probably gonna go with her. If I would have gone for a recast personally, but Mystique's awesome. I've always liked her in the TV shows. I don't know. I've always been a fan. Number 8. Brainiac. Brainiac is pretty much was a computer, and then he just became a computer that became embezzled with power and became this. I wouldn't say a person, but Brainiac pretty much knows Superman like that. He knows his weaknesses, uses it against him, and I would love to see Brainiac in a movie. I would love to see him in a movie. He was awesome in the show. Back in the day, the Superman animated series. I think they need to see him him in a movie. He's a great villain, though. I think Brainiac, he's smart, he's intelligent. He pretty much almost thinks humans are weak. He's that, like, I'm better than you villain. Like, he's trying to take over because he feels like Earth human beings are pathetic and weak. Pretty much. So, I would like to see Brainiac in a movie. Number 7. Venom. I know Venom's kind of low on my list, but I have my reasons. Venom is pretty much he has this symbiote which corroded Spider-Man, but then Spider-Man took it off, so it corroded Eddie Brock, who pretty much hates Peter Parker and hates Spider-Man. So Venom is the perfect villain, I just think, in my opinion. He's awesome. He's just trying to prove how much better than he is in Spider-Man. I felt like Venom is probably, if I had to say one of the worst snubs in a comic book movie villain, I gotta say fucking Spider-Man 3. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Topher Grace, it's not him, I just didn't think he was the right person to play Venom. Topher Grace is a good actor, he's just not Venom. Eddie Brock, first of all, he's this big buff dude, and Topher Grace, I think, to me, Topher Grace would have been a fine Spider-Man. I wouldn't mind him playing Spider-Man, but he's just not Venom. He's not, I just don't see it, and I just felt like, if they're gonna redo Spider-Man with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they gotta do Venom right. I just hope they get Venom right. So, but Venom's awesome. I loved him in the shows. Just looks badass. Number 6. Parasite. He pretty much is a guy. He was a criminal. Chemicals got on him, and then he became this force that pretty much is kind of, Rogue from the X-Men, how she can drain people's powers. That's pretty much Parasite. He can drain people's powers and get the powers for a little bit. And I really do wish they put him in a movie, too. He's another villain I really feel like they should put him in a movie. He's an awesome villain. He uses his power for his own personal gain. That's pretty much an epitome of what a villain is. Doesn't care about anyone else. Is willing to cross that line to get what he wants. That's Parasite. And he just looks badass with like that purple look. And he's pushed Superman to his limit. I've always liked villains who can challenge Superman. And guys, don't expect Lex Luthor on this list. He's not gonna be. I've never really liked Lex Luthor. Even though he knows Superman's weakness, I've always found him lame. Yeah, I have always found Lex Luthor lame, honestly. He just doesn't seem like a good counterpart to Superman. That's just me. Now, we're on the top 5. Carnage is number 5. Carnage is pretty much you can almost say a more advanced version of Venom. But he was already evil. He was already this serial killer that got the symbiote, more advanced version of the symbiote. And pretty much it consumed him and it just went crazy. I just feel like I've always loved Carnage. He's probably my favorite Spider-Man villain, if I had to pick one. I really do wish they did him in a movie. I heard they were planning on doing a Spider-Man 4, but Carnage was going to be in it, but hopefully they'll do him in a movie, and I don't know who should play him. Because Carnage is almost like the Joker, in a way. I remember there was actually a comic where they came together, but I think they're both psycho. But yeah, I think Carnage is awesome. Number 4. Darkseid. Darkseid is pretty much he's the ruler of Apocalypse. He pretty much is just a conqueror. He just takes things over. He's another villain that's pushed Superman to his limit. He's one of those villains that didn't need kryptonite to fight Superman. He just uses pure strength. And Carnage is awesome. I mean, Darkseid's awesome. He'd be a good villain for the Justice League movie, I think. He has all these powers. He's a leader of Apocalypse, and I mean, he just tried to conquer Earth several times. I mean, he's a good villain. Number 3. Magneto. Magneto is awesome. Wait, no. Yeah. Number 3 is Magneto. He's the leader of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And he's one of those villains. He doesn't feel like, in his eyes, he's doing evil. He feels like he's doing what's best for the mutants. And, like, while Professor X, he's trying to have the humans understand that they're people too, but they just have special abilities. Magneto believes that, no, fuck humans, pretty much. That's his opinion. That we're better than you, and stuff like that. And Magneto is one of the very few comic book villains I think movies got right. I mean, Ian McKellen is an awesome Magneto, I gotta say. I mean, he's perfect. I mean, Magneto, and like, he's one of those guys, he feels like in his mind he's not doing a bad thing, and that's a lot of villains. They don't feel like they're doing anything bad. They feel like, oh, I'm just doing what's best, even though if it's evil methods. So Magneto's awesome. Number 2, Doomsday. Doomsday, pretty much the man who killed Superman back in the 90s. I won't say man, he's a beast. He's a beast, pretty much. Just a monster that rampaged through Metropolis. Superman fought him. Superman may have beaten him, but I'll just say he killed him. And that was a big thing back in the day. That was a big thing when that comic came out. And the thing was, he didn't beat Superman with kryptonite or anything like that. He just beat Superman with fucking pure force. He's a force of nature. That's literally what Doomsday is. And I really wish, I hope one day they'll do him as a movie. I would like to see a Superman Doomsday movie. That'd be perfect. I'm not saying you have to do it now, but they should do it at some point. And he's one of the thing is, you can beat him, he'll come back and be more stronger. So, yeah, Doomsday's awesome. And number 1, it's pretty obvious. Batman was number 1 in my last video. Number 1 in this video, the Joker. The Joker is awesome. To me, if I think a villain, I think the Joker. While he may not be, like, he doesn't match Batman with force, Joker, he plays mind games with Batman. I mean, he's gotten in Batman's head many times. Look at The Dark Knight. I mean, in my opinion, while I do love Heath Ledger as the Joker in Dark Knight, I'm gonna be honest, I still love Jack Nicholson. I think, to me, he was an awesome Joker. In the Batman movie from '89, he was an awesome Joker. Joker just doesn't give a fuck. He's just crazy. He's pure evil, man. I mean, and the thing is, he knows what he's doing is bad. He just doesn't give a fuck. And that's why I love the Joker. And hopefully Jared Leto, who's going to be Joker in Suicide Squad, hopefully he does good. But that's all I got to say pretty much. But, yeah, man. So, yeah, guys. I'll see you guys later for my Raw review. And until then, signing off. Peace.